Quick video so you can see what this looks like. This is the metal railing that the whole sunroof unit slides in. These are the pieces that slide in the rails, and this is what broke on mine. This is the inner rail. You can see it's separated in half. And the problem is the new one is about an 1/8 inch longer, and where the cable fits in, that was also longer. So this had to be trimmed on the front side. And the problem is, since this is longer than this piece, everything is off in the sequence. So when everything moves back and forth, interconnects, slides, pivots, this piece here, which fits in between this and the rail as it moves down into the system, gets off in the sequence and binds everything up. So I'll put it back together and take another video. But essentially what I had to do is rebuild this portion. This is the lift rail units. It's a little oily because I use cutting oil to try to fit everything in. You have to drill out the back end of these pins, reuse those. And I know in a lot of people's that I've read, this piece, the lift, which is originally metal, mine is fine. I was going to go ahead and use it, but the problem is the new pivot pieces that come with it don't slide into the holes very well. They've also bind up. So I went ahead and used the new pieces here and here and this, so you end up with 4 different pieces in the unit, which are essentially this and these 4 here pieces create this lift system. So let me put that together and show you how that works. Okay, so here we are with all the pieces fit back together. This is the lift. And in the sequence, everything slides in this rail, and as it changes in the sequence, you can see this little hammer comes in the rail. The cable is attached to this white piece. This is pushing it down into the system. As it does that, the hammer turns, so I had to sand that quite a bit. The end of this little hammer quite a bit. And as you can see, still not the perfect fit. And this is after about 4 to 5 hours of sanding, refitting, all the little grooves, all the little pieces. So I don't do too much at once, so it still works, but it's still pretty tight. And this is what happens at the end of the sequence to make your sunroof pop up. As this comes in, it slides up, pushes this little arm up here, which is attached to your sunroof. So all the little different parts and pieces, and give you a look of everything together. That comes into the rail. You've got these 2 pieces here that are connected in the middle, right here. There's a little joint there. These separate. So you have this piece, the hammer piece, the end piece, and then of course your rail system. That all fits together in this nightmarish scenario in this groove track. And this is the cable that runs back and forth, and it fits into this here. then is a super tight fit. I had to trim that a little bit because this isn't even close. And that gets tucked under there, and everything has to fit under these grooves in that track. So as you can see, not a lot of room for anything being off, which this kit was way off. So I'll put it all back together, see what happens.